Have you ever had that experience where you're eating something and suddenly there's an awful smell in the room and the taste of your food completely changes? It's like your whole meal is completely ruined in an instant. It can be really off putting and make you lose your appetite. Perhaps even eating from your favorite plate made the same food taste better to you. If so, why? Well, when considering the why in this case, we have to ask ourselves two questions. Do our taste buds really matter? And do our emotions play a larger role than we may have realized? We hear about the brain all the time. Even if you haven't been studying it, you undoubtedly already understand a great deal about the brain. The brain relies on three systems to perceive taste. The gustatory system, these are your taste buds and nerves. The olfactory system, this is your sense of smell. And the somatosensory system, this is your sensitivity to the texture and temperature of food. Okay, so this will sound very silly, but bear with me. Let's say you're eating your favorite candy in your room and it tastes absolutely great. Now, if you were to eat the same candy in a smelly place like the bathroom, you would quickly discover that the candy itself was beginning to taste bad in addition to the stench. Another example is you accidentally inhale too much perfume and now you can taste almost every chemical it had. It's just a smell, isn't it? So, why is this affecting your taste in the first place? Well, smell and taste are two in one. Our sense of taste on its own is quite limited. The tongue can only detect five basic tastes: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami, which is a savory taste. However, when we eat, we experience a wide range of complex flavors. This is where smell comes in, adding depth and complexity to our taste. When it comes to tasting food, there are two ways we smell. Orthonasal, this is when you sniff your food through your nostrils before you actually eat it. Retronasal, and this happens when you're chewing and swallowing food. But still, how does this even turn into taste in the first place? When you're chewing your food, the act of chewing releases odor molecules, which travel from the food into your mouth. These molecules travel up the back of your throat to your nasal cavity. Specialized nerve cells in your nose, these are called olfactory receptors, they detect these molecules. These molecules, the information from them is sent to your brain. Your brain combines this smell information with the basic taste signals from your tongue. The result is the complex flavor experience we associate with different foods. So, about 85% of taste is actually smell, texture, and temperature. Now we're getting to the bigger picture, but there are a few more factors to one single bite of flavor. Texture is very important when it comes to flavor. Our brains interpret texture alongside flavor and aroma to create our overall eating experience. For example, crunchy foods can enhance the perception of saltiness, while creamy textures may intensify sweetness. The relationship between texture and taste is crucial and can either enhance or diminish our enjoyment of specific foods. Imagine a smooth, creamy ice cream suddenly becoming grainy, or a crisp apple turning mushy. These texture changes would likely make these normal appealing foods quite unpalatable. Similarly, the satisfying crunch of the potato chips you get would be lost if they were soft, and the delicious, comforting taste of mashed potatoes would be quite unappealing if they were chunky. Even beverages aren't immune to texture's influence. You'd prefer fizzy soda more than you would prefer flat soda that's basically just water at this point, even though they taste exactly the same. Temperature also determines taste. Temperature can have a significant impact on how different foods taste. For example, people tend to think that a warm chocolate chip cookie tastes better and it's more soothing than a cold one. Temperature plays a key role in how we perceive taste. Although, how does this happen? Well, it affects our taste receptors, making sweet, bitter, and umami flavors more intense at warmer temperatures, which is around 15 to 35 degrees, while cold foods can enhance sweetness. Warmer foods also release more flavor compounds, making them taste richer and more aromatic. On the other hand, very hot foods can numb our taste buds. But is that really all there is? Well, no. This brings us to the last factor. If you made it this far, please do subscribe. It will really help me out. But, anyways, let's move on to the video. Containers. The container that food is served in can greatly affect how we perceive its taste. Although you would never expect this, but factors like color, shape, texture, and material all play a significant role in shaping our flavor. For example, popcorn tastes sweeter when served in a red bowl, and coffee seems stronger when drunk from a white mug. Angular containers, such as rectangles or triangles, can make our flavors seem more intense, while round shapes will suggest milder tastes. Our brains create connections between what we see and taste, so a clear glass can make food seem higher quality, and heavier containers can give the impression of better density. These effects are so strong that they can change up to 88% of people's experience taste, even if the food itself is same. Now,